Welcome to Beyond the Hustle, the podcast where real stories live. We go beyond the highlight reels and bring you bold, raw, and revealing conversations with entrepreneurs who have hit rock bottom and come back up again. Because you see, behind every successful business lies a story of risk, resilience, and sometimes real failure. This is where we unpack the missteps, the missed chances, the mess-ups that became powerful lessons and stories of success. So if you are looking to build something big, if you are dreaming of setting up a business, or just tired of faking it till you make it, this is your space and this is your show. Here we have real founders, real failures, and real fuel for your journey. Come on, let's go beyond the hustle. Another inspirational episode of Beyond the Hustle, where we take you behind the scenes to speak to entrepreneurs, to interrogate issues in their lives, just so that we can tease out the lessons that will guide you on your entrepreneurial journey. If you will stay with me for the next 30 minutes, I can guarantee you one thing, that you will leave with some nuggets that will help you to shape your business, to move it beyond just a gig or a hustle to a lasting, successful business. It takes a long journey to get there, but if you have help, if you have guidance, the road gets a little easier. Today I have somebody in the house, a guest as usual, and she's filled with so much wisdom. She has been in the space, she has paid her dues. Like my other guests will say, we have not left the hustle yet, we are not beyond the hustle. But you see, she's been through it, done that, and has a lot to share. So yes, help me welcome Mrs. Akosua Koranteng Adayi. You are welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I like the smile. All right, so we'll take it right from the base. Introduce yourself. What do you do? What have you been doing? Family. And then you take us a little on your entrepreneurial journey. I know you are full-time somewhere now, but you have, there's no quote in this world who has done nothing, so you take us a little bit, introduce us to what you have been doing in the entrepreneurial space.
Okay, so my name is Akosua Koranteng Adayi. I'm currently the vice president at a private university, managing the operations and strategy of the university. Along the line, rightly as you said, proud crew. Business-wise, I think I'm a serial entrepreneur. Done that, been there, started at a very young age, where I actually won a business plan award from Google to start my business. I think at the age of 25, 26. Then did fun house, Montessori, saloon, fruit business, went on to do fashion business, and we are still in it.
We are still in the hustle.
It's beyond the hustle. We are still in it. But
okay, so just so you know, Akosua is my cousin, my first cousin, and we are very close. And so I have seen some of the hustles and I have seen some of the lessons that she has been through. And I know that she has so much wealth of experience that she'll share with us today. So yes, at a very young age, you are introduced to all sorts of things. What in your environment built that in you as an entrepreneur, that you can do something by yourself? Did it come from your nurturing? Did it come from things you saw somebody do when you were growing up? How do you think you got into the space where you believed that I can start something and make it work?
I think it came from my social setting. Not my parents are conservative, although they are cool, but very conservative. But I think I got it from my cousin. I rightly, as Boahemaa said, I we are cousins, and I've stayed with her for years. So being there, seeing she will come every day, there's something new every day. So there was a part of me that felt, oh, okay, I mean, business is good, business can be good. And I think for my first business that I actually started, I started with her, and then from then progressed. So I think it was my network, or my social setting that actually brought my mind to
that
entrepreneurship.
business plan competition that you won, what was your business? What was the business idea?
So the business idea was to pre-cut fruits and dry some of the fruits and then sell. That was somewhere 2006. So it wasn't really, packaging wasn't really a thing in Ghana. It was buy from the roadside. So the mindset was to source from good vendors, package it and send it to the busy executives, those who want to lose weight, and also dry some for kids to use for their cereals in the morning.
Okay, they usually would say that entrepreneurs try to solve problems. So you identify a problem, and then you try to solve the problem and you create a business. I mean, the fun house you mentioned, Nani's fun house back then.
Yeah.
Those who are OGs and used to live on the Spintex,
it was
you know,
the ish.
it was the ish. It was a place to go, and
Yeah.
it was because I had young children. They didn't know where to leave them.
Exactly.
Because I was in the bank, and that birthed that idea.
Yes.
The businessman, the company was El Mercado.
Yes, El Mercado.
Italian,
El Mercado is Spanish. It means the market. Yeah.
El Mercado. What was the problem you identified that you were trying to solve?
I think I had gone, when I was in the university in Cape Coast, I had gone to one of the villages for a practical work. And I realized that there were a lot of produce that were there that was going waste.
Okay.
So upon asking them, they said they don't know what to do with it. If people don't buy, it's just there. So I said, oh, okay, then it means that these farmers get all these produce and it comes in season
losses.
and post-harvest loss. So to solve that, let me pre-cut the fruits and dry some. So that when it's out of season, we can still be able to have some of the dried fruits to use. And then when it's in season, we can get it's fresh for the customers. So that was
one problem solved for the supply side.
Yes. And then
the demand side, what work did you do to believe that people were ready to buy the products that you were going to offer? Did you do any research? Did you find out what people wanted, what kind of fruits they wanted? You know, I'm trying to take us back to somebody who is at idea generation stage. How do you build up to say this is something that I think will work? Because after you have done the supply, there has to be demand.
I think the advantage for that competition was it was being done by Google with TechnoServe. Okay. So TechnoServe was looking at the agribusiness side. So we're actually taking through a business plan program. And then out of the 120, 150 people, then they select till they get to the final. So as part of it, we did the research and development where you're supposed to put in who is your ideal or target customer and why would they want to buy. So I did. And I realized that most of the people, especially in the banks, when they enter, they don't come out. And getting being able to get something which is healthy and fresh was out of the question, because for those, for instance, in Accra Central, they've got to go out to the market or even send security people to go and buy for them. So I realized, okay, there's a demand there. Usually when they are going to the office, there was so much traffic. It's not today that we have different routes. First, there was so much traffic that you leave home around 5 and nobody is selling around that time. So then I decided, okay, I would have sales agents in all the branches or the banks, and then I would give it to them as early as 6 a.m. and then they would sell. And then I'll give them discount and then I'll go for my money.
So did you prototype? Did you do any pilot before you went out full steam? Did you try this? Maybe let me try one bank and see. or you just went straight once you were given the money, you went straight in full steam into the project?
I actually prototyped. At that time, my sister was in commercial bank, High Street. So that was where I used to see how it would be viable and how the business, and even cost wise, giving it to them for them to say, okay, typical buyers, I don't want apple in it, I don't want pawpaw, I don't want. Initially, it was just one package. Then based on their feedback, I realized I need to have different product mix to be able to meet different targets.
Okay, so in the book Beyond the Hustle, you share the story of what happened to that business, and I find it so interesting because you talk about how you looked at all the aesthetics, the logo, the branding, and all that,
Exactly.
you know, and forgot the foundation.
Yes.
What went wrong, and what would you have done differently if you were given that opportunity again today?
I think what went wrong was being young. I mean, those times social media wasn't that active like now, but the whole mindset was, this is a good idea. Let me do t-shirts, let me do flyers, let me do logo, let me have branded vehicles. So the mindset was on the how people would see the brand,
Perceive the brand,
not actually on building the product itself. So then I had gone to type, gotten t-shirts, branding on point. But it comes to the actual product, I was struggling. Because then I had used most of the money to do the marketing and branding. The makeup of the business. Now, getting people to cutters, getting people to come early to do all that, then became a struggle. Quality assurance, ensuring that whatever you do must look what I want to see, became a challenge. So, I was now looking for friends and other people around, boys around, to come and help. When in actual sense, I should have put in that effort in building the product. And then the product sells itself, then I can go into the
What about the
branding.
logistics of all of this? Bringing it in, making sure it gets to the bank early. Did you have your own vehicle?
So what I did was the pack that those who do the fan milk people, that is the kind of,
bicycles.
yes, that is what I did. So I tried to put in some ice to keep it still fresh, and then so that it goes to, and the banks were in ice chests. That it goes. But obviously I can do only one bank at 6 a.m. The rest would have to be delayed. So sometimes I was getting there at 9. They won't allow you in. Yes, because they won't even buy. And then I would have to come and do it fruit juice and eat it myself. Or throw some away.
Interesting. But after that, you will think that, and this is the story of a lot of serial entrepreneurs. When one of the ventures goes south, you tell yourself, this is it. Let me just focus on my life and find something to work for you. And the next thing you know, you are back at it with another idea. What else did you come up with after that? And how do you find that motivation to dust yourself? This has failed. And in our parts of the world, people look at entrepreneurial failure like you have failed, and sort of want to shame you for failing. But how do you pick yourself up and say, it's not the end of the world, let me try again? How do you find that motivation?
I think I had a very good mentor. I had, because she doesn't give up. She doesn't fail. So if one goes bad, there's another. So that motivation was there, that, oh, look at Boahemaa, this one didn't go well, she's doing another one, so you can do. And that took me to a lot of businesses. Did suits, did ties, did saloon. Oh God.
What is your riskiest venture so far? Entrepreneurship is risk, but what is the one that you sit back and you're like, hey, me so me and your mouth, like?
I think it will be the saloon. I think it would be. I think because the idea was great, and for every typical business person or entrepreneur, you have the idea in your mind, but what if you are not there? What if something happens to you? Because
Yeah.
at that point, I got pregnant,
Yeah.
and all the ideas started fading off because one, there was no shared vision that this is what we are hoping to achieve.
Okay.
So then they were also there thinking, oh, madam is not there, so we can do, because it was a good concept where we're picking kayayes and young people to come and train them for livelihood, and then be able to have franchises all over Ghana. That was the business concept.
concept.
But obviously, that was not a shared vision with the workers themselves and even the supervisors. So now, if you are not there, okay, then let's do something else. Because as part of the project, we were doing basically home service.
Okay.
So we're braiding and doing for all the important people you could think of. Then
How does
in
an
Ghana.
entrepreneur share their vision successfully? And is it easy to find people that would pick up the vision like you envisage? And if you do, how do you transfer that vision so that they can see what you see? What do you do?
It's difficult. It's difficult if you are fortunate to have some people who are already made.
Okay.
Then it fits into your business. But if not, it's very difficult, because even if you share it, a typical Ghanaian mindset is, it's not mine.
Yeah.
You have gotten your money and you want to open a business. Mine is to come and work. So it's very difficult. But I believe that in every team of 10, there's one you can identify.
Yeah.
And you've got to empower that person and make that person part of the business, and feel part of the business, such that the person knows that with or without the owner being there, I am also the owner of this business.
Yeah.
But if not, you can write the vision on the board. You can let them chew it in their mind. You can let them pledge it, recite it every morning. It still won't work.
Yeah.
But identify some core people that you would want to
I
work
think the
with.
mental block for a lot of young people, you've worked with a lot of young people,
yes.
right? From Zenith College
I
to,
mean,
all sorts of places.
over
and
20,000 people.
Ashesi, all sorts of students that you have worked with there. The mental block for a lot of them is that, one, I'm not entrepreneurial, or I don't have the capital to start. All these businesses you've started, I don't think you had money sitting that you went to take. So how would you advise young people watching us? Because the jobs are finishing.
There's no job.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's useful for you to start thinking entrepreneurial. And if even you don't work for yourself, with that mindset, when you go into an organization, you work better.
Exactly.
What would be your advice for the many young people that are watching us?
I think the first advice would be, money is actually not the actual challenge for entrepreneurship. Currently, I work with a design institute, and by the time you are done, you already have what it takes for you, to start the business. The challenge here, especially with young people, is they don't want to collaborate. They feel, this is my business, this is my idea. There's nothing new. So if 10 people come together and decide that your strength is this is your strength, we are building something together, it is better. But everybody wants to do it on their own, and it becomes a challenge, because then you don't have capital. If you have capital, you don't have the capacity. If you have the capacity, you don't have. There's always something you are challenged with. But they need to understand that joining or being partners with other people, it's also a way of starting your business. And the most important thing is making it professional. It's not friendship, it's business. You put everything on paper, then you move on. But that is one of the challenge. And I think the other thing has to do with what I went through. People look at social media, how do I package myself? Packaging. So the packaging is good, but client service is bad. The actual service is poor. But before you move on to the exterior, you need to think about the processes inside. What would work? What is working? What is the process? If it moves from A to B, what's the quality assurance that I need to have before even it goes out? And all the time accept when people give you feedback. Because it's your baby. I mean, there's nobody that you've given birth to a child and somebody will say, oh, the hair is too bushy, and you get angry. But when it comes to business, feedback is critical. Because I remember those days when I used to send the fruit to the banks. I thought some of them were being petty. But looking back, I realized that then I am petty, because I also do same when I buy. Because people would say, I don't want pawpaw. I react to pawpaw. Why? At that time, I was thinking, why? Fruit is fruit. But if she doesn't like pawpaw, she doesn't like pawpaw. I want only pineapple. Big deal. But you've got to be able to accept the feedback and incorporate it into the business. Then you would be able to satisfy whichever customer or target that you have.
And I would also add that feedback, especially from people who have walked that path.
Exactly.
And also constructive feedback.
Exactly.
Because there's some feedback that you realize that this one is just,
they are just stressing you out.
You understand? And they are always giving that feedback from a place of their comfort. So I mean, feedback is good. Just take it, accept it, and work around it, and then it can be a good one. I want us to look at marketing, because it's the engine of every successful business. And sometimes people are saying, I don't like sales. Like, sales is not my thing, but I have a product. It's a good product. So you let me just get somebody to do the sales, and then I can just, as a small business, okay? But walk us through the sales and marketing. I don't think sales is just posting the thing on Facebook.
Exactly.
Or just putting it out there. It requires more than that. What would you be the key items you look for if you have done a product and you want to sell? What typically will you do to ensure that you are reaching the market?
I think the key thing is understanding who your market is. Currently, for every business owner, the mindset is, oh, I've seen a business, they are a competition, and they are using A, B, C, D to market, so I would use same. It doesn't work like that. If your target is different, obviously, your approach would also be different.
But so spend time to identify
your target persona. That is the basic, because I always tell the students, if you go to Christy Brown and she's using e-commerce, and you also want to do same, what you've not identified is half of her clients are in abroad. Yours are local. And they might not even have the time and energy to go on whichever platform.
Sites,
Exactly. So you need to be able to know your target. That is key, because without it, whatever action you would take will still not give you success in selling your products. And no matter, I think people always have that mindset that if you're an entrepreneur, you have to be a very friendly extrovert. No, you can be introverted. The most important thing is being able to know what to say, how to say it, and it's your baby. So if you can sell, who will sell for you? But in selling, you've got to be able to know who am I speaking with, what am I saying, and now there are even videos and things that your face will not come, your voice will be there. I mean, things are happening with the AI and I mean, things have changed. Previously, you have to be going face to face. Now there are several options for you to use, and there are even companies that are also willing to take your product and sell for you. And I think the mindset that I want all the profits alone also keeps a lot of these young entrepreneurs
from
back.
Using third parties to market the product.
But you can actually use them if they are credible and they have a track record. Why not?
Especially when you believe in your product. And I always tell them that, I mean, if you pitch your product or something to someone, they say no, you won't die. Like, you just keep moving until you get the yes. But consistently, I find people with very good products, but they are not marketing it well. They are not selling it well. They are not representing their brand very well. They are in their homes, but you look for the places, the fairs, the walk from office to office if you have to, be on social media, anywhere that you can sell. Because at the end of the day, it's the sales of your product that will keep your business
most
going.
Definitely.
When you were on campus, did you start any hustle on University of Cape? So at that time, I
was doing relationship.
You are born there.
Anytime you see in there.
But do you think that if you had started the journey there, it would have given you some lessons before you step out?
Most definitely. Most definitely. And I think it's one of the things I regretted, because I had everything going, and I could see a lot of opportunities even in Cape Coast.
Yeah.
But at that time, I think the mindset was I want to be a bank manager. So
and well suited.
So that was the mindset.
Yeah.
But there were lots of opportunities, and I think now it's one of the things that I see on the various campuses that makes me very happy.
Yeah.
I mean, I do mentorship on the Ashesi Venture Incubation.
Yeah, and I was going to ask you to speak of mentoring for business people.
It's very critical. It's very, very critical. As every young business, you've got to get a mentor.
Yeah.
I believe that the path you are walking, somebody...
How do they get the mentor? Do you just walk to somebody and say, I want you to mentor me? What do you do? Like, how do you get the mentor?
I mean, especially if you're on campus, now there are a lot of programs. University of Cape Coast has an incubation. A lot of the universities have incubation. Legon has.
Yeah.
So enroll in it.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And once you are in the incubation, you realize that a lot of speakers are coming.
Yeah.
You would get one that you align with, that you would be able to walk to and say, this is my product.
Yeah.
I need to you to mentor me.
And for all that you have on your campuses, we are even coming to add on. We are launching the Hustle Fund as part of this project. And in this fund, we're encouraging you to start a hustle on campus. You share your idea. First, you buy the book. You find your unique code. You use that to send in your idea. And then if it qualifies, we are going to assign you mentors. We are going to seed fund your idea. So you can make all the mistakes you want to make whilst there. We'll get people to guide you. There will be all sorts of training programs you can attend, that can help you to shape your entrepreneurial journey whilst on campus. Invest in yourself. The book is not expensive. Get it and put yourself in there. Even if we don't select your business, I am sure there will be so many programs that we can reach out to you for you to participate in, just so that you can get a hang of what it takes to run a business. I don't believe that you can learn entrepreneurship just sitting in a classroom. It is some of the ideas. It is only when you start doing it that you realize that there are so many nuances to the thing that a textbook could not have told you. Okay, so get involved. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share this with any potential and don't say I am not a born entrepreneur. Everybody can have an entrepreneurial mindset. You may not start a business, but what you have can let you bring value to what other people are doing. So it's important that you get the lessons. Akosua, all the things you've done, I am sure if you had your way and they said start a venture, this is money, start again, you would jump at it.
Oh yes.
What would you say to inspire that entrepreneur that is, at the point of giving up completely, very frustrated? Their mental health is, how do you, even as an entrepreneur, ensure that you have mental health, take care of yourself? What do you do? So advise one such entrepreneur for me.
I think for any young person that is having a business or started a business, the struggle is real. That's the fact. We won't sugarcoat it. It's real, especially if you are paying people and it gets to the 29th or 30th. The struggle is real.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that there was something that you set out to do. Reach out to people. I mean, beyond buying the Beyond the Hustle book, I know that there would be a lot of conversations on the various campuses. Invest in yourself and take walks, take your health serious, and on top of it all, know that when you even fail, that's not the end. That's not the end of it. I tell you what, it's a learning curve. I mean, I did all that, and today my boss would tell me that if Akosua is not in this business, I would have been, I would have struggled. And it didn't come because I studied accounting or marketing or a business in school. It is happening because I had already started a business, and I know what it takes
to run a business.
Exactly. So if I see something wrong, I'm not waiting for the owner to come and say, why is this there? Because I know how it feels. So whatever experience, it would work out for your good. It never wasted. Never wasted. And I would use this opportunity to also tell especially churches that you have the largest young people, religious bodies. Invest in these books for them. If people are going to the universities as a church, when you're adding the Bible, add Beyond the Hustle. Add it to it. Invest in that, because you want tithe, you want offering to be able to help.
To work to make the
exactly,
money
and they have to work and have conversations, youth day conversations. It shouldn't always be the spiritual, because at the end of the day, they need to also work. But invest in them. Put money into them starting something, and then be able to help them so that when they are done with school, they won't come back and be a liability.
What do you think is your greatest achievement in life to date?
Personal or
anything?
I think having the twins.
Oh, I was actually expecting that.
I think having the twins, it's taught me a lot of lessons. It's taught me patience.
Will teach you.
Oh yes, and the questions, and I think having them is the highlight of my life.
Nice one. And so, if you have been watching us, please, it is time you take control of your life and start to do something. Beyond the mentors, you can also sign up with a business coach. If you have already started something, especially if you are looking to scale, please look for a business coach. I am a business coach. There are many business coaches around. They will charge you small, but they will guide you so that you avoid major pitfalls. And also sign up, join the community. Beyond the Hustle, it's a movement. We want to change the numbers, drop the numbers in startup failures, because there's always a way to go around things to make sure the hustle becomes a business. Follow us on all our socials, BT Hustle GH. Buy the book, engage us, send your reviews, subscribe, share this with somebody. Instead of sharing all those jokes and beefs that don't benefit anybody, share this with somebody, let them listen, so that together we can build ourselves, we can build our communities, and we can build this country. Akosua, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And I believe that the next hustle is going to be huge.
Watch out.
All right, see you on the next episode.